Hey folks, I'm Vic Noble, and in this video I want to go over the ways that people, well, how they flat out screw up when it comes to making money trading the Forex markets. Actually, there's lots of ways, but after being a futures broker for over 5.5 years and a personal Forex trading coach for almost 15 years now, I'm going to highlight the errors that you can fix right now, giving yourself a far, far better chance. That is, if you're willing to listen, of course, and be flexible in your thinking and change your approach if you're losing now. So let's have a look at that. And this is going to be mostly a chat because I think it's a very important message, and I really believe it can help people with some basic PowerPoint slides, although I'm going to be showing you a chart partway through to illustrate a concept. Okay, let's dig into this topic. Can you actually make money trading the Forex? And I say here, not if you make these mistakes, and most people do. There is a very distinct pattern that traders follow when they decide that they want to give Forex trading a try. And I see this happen over and over and over again. And here's how it goes. They find something on the internet or maybe on YouTube that looks pretty juicy. So they buy the course or join the service or whatever it is, and then away they go. And quite often, a new trader will go on a nice little winning streak. And of course, that feels really nice. I mean, who doesn't like to win, right? And maybe they even start doing some calculating, extrapolating about how much money they're going to make in the next coming year and how they're going to be able to retire and trade full time, because it seems pretty easy. Well, we all know that inevitably they're going to start having some losses. And you know what most people do when that happens? They start to deviate from their system or their game plan, and they start tweaking. Maybe they start making money again after that. But again, losses will set in. And what's going to happen, it's going to start to cast doubt on the system. And then it's time to get on Google or YouTube. And I'll just move ahead to this next slide here, because this is what happens. They get on Google or YouTube and they start looking for the next shiny object. And folks, this is a pattern that repeats itself over and over and over. And with new unsuspecting traders, of course. And it will absolutely ensure that they'll never become consistently profitable. Okay, and the reason is because they actually don't believe that there's no such thing as the Holy Grail. They think that there is one. And there are all sorts of system vendors out there trying to convince them that they have it. Okay, so they get on this old hamster wheel here. Now you might say, well, it's all very nice and very philosophical of you, Vic, but how do you fix it? How do you get past these problems? And this gets into, expectations, which are like huge, okay? Really, really important here. And like I say, easy to say, that they're important, but very hard to embrace proper expectations. So the first thing that you need to come into is to come into the training arena with proper expectations. And this is huge. And one of the interesting things about trading is that the mindset needed is kind of contrary to everything that we were taught throughout our lives, i.e., winning is good, losing is bad. If you do well on your test, you get an A. If you get too many wrong answers, maybe you'll end up with a C or a D. So you'll get rewarded by being right and punished by being wrong. And this is a paradigm that most people are stuck in. It's what they've grown up with. With trading, if you have that mindset, you're going to struggle, and in fact, you're likely to never make it. There needs to be a paradigm shift away from the old belief that you need to win all the time to a new paradigm that allows for losses and accepting those losses as totally okay, and in fact, as an integral part of winning. If you think about it, ironically, a big winning streak is one of the most dangerous things that can happen for someone who doesn't fully understand trading. If you believe and you understand that trading is an odds game, then if it's an odds game, then by default, there must be some losses, right? Casino owners, they're playing an odds game all the time, and the odds are stacked in their favor. But of course, they do not win all the time, do they? But they don't care, because obviously they understand that over time, because they have an edge, they're going to come out ahead because the odds are in their favor. There is a greater chance of one thing happening over another. And this seems pretty obvious, something we can all say, yeah, we get it. But the truth is, when it comes down to it, and you're sitting there with 2 or 3 losses in a row, how do you feel about that? And you say you're new at this? what happened? Almost all traders are going to start doubting what they're doing. And this, folks, is generally the kiss of death and the beginning of that cycle I just talked about earlier, the hamster wheel. They're going to start the hunt for a new and what they think is a better system, and on it goes. What about expectations when it comes to returns on your account? Boy, this is a big one too. I'll give you an example, and I'll preface this by telling you that most hedge fund managers would be ecstatic, very, very happy to consistently return 25% a year. They can attract literally billions of dollars if they have a consistent track record of that kind of returns, 25%. And I'll give you a little stat that I just read. Listen to this. From January 1994 to October of 2018, it's at 24 years, through both bull and bear markets, of course, the passive S&P 500 index outperformed every major hedge fund strategy by about 2.25% in annualized returns. And remember, these hedge fund guys are supposed to be experts. So can you imagine how popular a hedge fund would be if it returned 25% a year on average over that time? They wouldn't be able to handle all the money that was being thrown at them. So let's say you opened an account with $500, and after an entire year you made 25% or $125. Well, let me ask you this. How would you feel about that? Would you say, this stuff doesn't work, I only made $125 after an entire year? See, a lot of people think this way, so they move on to something else and get into that losing cycle again. Here's the thing. They just made a better return than a very well-run hedge fund, but their expectations were very much different. They read somewhere that you can make 20 pips a day or $500 a week or whatever it was every day, and it's frankly, it's BS, and it's totally misleading. So the first thing that the new trader needs to do is get a firm grip on expectations and start working on the acceptance of losing as part of a winning strategy and the proper expectations of returns. This needs to be treated like a well-run, risk-managed business, not like a place to come and gamble, if you want to last long-term, that is. So what can we do to gain confidence? So, well, the best thing to do is lots of backtesting. So, for example, if we show you how to draw proper levels of support and resistance, the way that we do it, and we tell you that price usually, not always, reacts around those levels, then you can go and backtest that. Prove us wrong. Go have a look at it for yourself. You don't ever have to take anybody's word for anything. Now, that's just one aspect of what we look for, because we don't necessarily buy or sell because we're at a key level. But we use those levels to key off of. Now, actually, you'll see very, very quickly, too, if there's any validity to using support resistance levels the way that we teach. In fact, let me show you. I'm going to show you an example right now of a trade that we are in. Well, a lot of people are out of it now. But first of all, let me just show you this. If you look at and you can do this with any chart. If you pick a level, okay, like here, okay, and I'm just going to thicken that line up so you can see it, make it thick. When price hit that level, what did it do? Well, it bounced off it here initially, and then came back down into here, didn't it? There may have been an intraday trading opportunity there. I'm talking about day trading now. And you can use this for any kind of trading. You can do this on a weekly chart, a monthly chart, or whatever chart you want. I'll tell you, though, that the higher time frames have way more strength. What happened when price hit this level? Pretty nice bounce, I'd say. What about when it hit this level down here? Okay? That hit it, and it bounced up very nicely there. There may have been a nice intraday opportunity. When it came down to here, obviously, we had a reversal in here. Right, the trade that we are in today, and you can go do this with any chart over and over. I encourage you to do it. You see this resistance level right here? We use the close of the body of the candle, right, by the way. That level, 109.13, price came down to that level to the pip, 109.13. And this candle action, this is one of our advanced candle action trades, told us that, we should be looking to buy. And my Coach's Corner partner, Darko, puts out a pre-market analysis video. You can actually get that free if you're in the text below this video. He alerted everybody to buy the next day, and we got it right down near the bottom. Some people have taken profit, like 3-to-1 reward risk trade on this. Really nice trade. So yeah, that's an example of back testing. Okay. Works really good to get your confidence. One final thing, that is a sure way to eventually ruin your trading account is over-leveraging. And I know that some people are going to roll their eyes up when they hear this, and they think it's just fine to risk 5 or 10% of their account or whatever. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I can tell you that I have never, ever seen anyone last long-term who over-leverages. Never. I've seen some remarkable run-ups in their accounts, very short-term, big, doubling their account and all this. Eventually, though, it comes crashing down. Everything in this business is about risk management and capital preservation. That's what you are, a risk manager. Go ahead, risk whatever you want. That's up to you, not me. It's your money. But for us, we never risk more than 0.5% on any one trade. And believe me, you can do very well with such low leverage. In fact, my Coach's Corner partner, Darko, I just mentioned him a minute ago, he recently had a single day of a 6% return in a day, only risking 0.5% on any one trade. That's an exceptionally good day, but just goes to show you what can happen. Unfortunately, in the Forex business, you can find brokers out there who offer like 400 to 1 leverage. It's just absolutely crazy. And if you use that kind of leverage, you're not going to last long term. That's been my experience anyway. So I hope that those insights were valuable. Myself and my CC partner, my Coach's Corner partner, Darko, who you see on the right here, are totally dedicated to helping people become consistently profitable traders by starting them out on the right foot. Okay, that means telling them the truth about trading, which includes all the things I just talked about. And if they come into this business with the right mindset, their chances for success are increased dramatically. They really are. So thanks again. And by the way, if you'd like to start receiving Darko's Monday pre-market analysis videos, you can get them absolutely free. There is a link in the text below this video. And I always ask people to like this video, assuming they liked it, and to follow us. And I'd truly appreciate it if you would do that, because it helps our YouTube ranking and expands our reach. Not only that, kind of something weird that happened. We unfortunately lost our entire YouTube channel at the end of August, and we're working hard to restore the thousands of followers that we had. So, yeah, if you'd like and follow us, we'd be eternally grateful. If you'd care to leave a comment, please do. Let me know if this video resonates with you. You'll find that these kinds of issues are extremely common. So if they affect you, you're not alone. Let me know what you have the most troubles with. Is it expectations, false expectations, maybe over leveraging, or anything else that's been a hurdle for you to get over? Just let me know. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. Take care.